Yes, yes, yes. You are locked into another episode of Blocks to Bags, your weekly show on everything tech, creator, entrepreneurship, investing. I'm your boy Seb,
Micky.
Khalid.
and we've got a special quickfire episode today. Restaurants versus takeaways. Now, yeah, we've got two very special guests. Micky over here, his family have built one of the best Ethiopian restaurants
The Blue
in
Corner.
London.
Yes.
Shout out Zadat's Kitchen. They've been doing bits for the longest. And we've got Khalid over here, who have built one of the standout sort of takeaway establishments in Scotland,
Yes.
Pino Pizza.
Absolutely.
And we about to get into it, yeah?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, cool. Question number one. This goes out to both of you. If you had to open a shop today, would it be a restaurant or a takeaway? Micky, let's start with you. Quick one.
It's a hard one, but I think it's always based on the value prop and what I could do, right? So I think I'm not wedded to an idea. It's just what fits the way I operate and the opportunity I see. I think either one could be amazing.
Okay,
So I'm open to it.
you're open to it. Khalid.
I agree with Mickey. I'm open to both because a bag's a bag. But if I had to do one today, I would do a takeaway just because it's less staff, less overheads, and less things to worry about. And my favorite thing about takeaway is you put the food in a box and never have to worry about it ever again. No
Sick.
dishes.
I love that. I love that. So, a lot of people want to get into the food industry because it's a low barrier to sort of entry. Of course, there's a lot of competition and we see a lot of restaurants failing fast. If you were to start a food business today, what would be your first step?
It's a hard one. I think, so actually, like, my parents have a restaurant, my girl's a chef.
Yeah.
I have these conversations all the time. I think you just need to have a clear vision of what you expect. So for example, with Abby, she's a chef, right? She has a clear vision of what food should be like.
Yeah.
That's difficult sometimes in a business if you're just trying to get the bag, right? So you've got to like go into whatever you're doing with a clear understanding of what you want from it, right? Like if you're just trying to get the bag, it means you're not always having to do things in the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
Right? If you are trying to build a brand that's not just about the bag and it's about the experience or then that's the thing. So I think the number one thing is knowing what you're doing and being kind of super clear with it and having like a clear strategy that follows from that.
My number one advice or thing that I'd implement to opening a restaurant, just because you find something tasty doesn't mean the public will. And just because you don't find something tasty doesn't mean the public won't find it tasty. So be open-minded.
Okay, cool. What are some of the most innovative, what's the most innovative restaurant or food business that you've seen in the last 2-3 years that you really, really rate?
For me,
Yeah.
I've been in pizza for over a decade. Seeing pizza come out of a wall.
Okay, explain that one.
So I've seen it in Glasgow. I'm sure you maybe have it here, but pizza vending machines.
I haven't seen these. Whoa.
Okay, so all right, cool. So I was just in Glasgow visiting a friend, took the family down, went for a walk late at night, and I saw a big red box on a wall, people queuing, drunk people, and I went over and had a look, and it is literally a vending machine essentially in a wall that you put money into or pay with your card, and it will prepare you a fresh pizza.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
I wish I had the name to mind, but it'll be easily Googleable. It's in Glasgow.
No,
And I'm sure they exist elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad. I don't know what. It's difficult for me to think of, but you know what? Instead of maybe the most innovative in terms of what they do,
Yeah.
it's the approach. I'd say
Yeah.
so. One spot that you and I used to spend a lot of time with back in the day when we're still early in our getting the bag journey, Gentleman's Barista
Coffee shop, yeah.
coffee shop. Like that's a great business in my mind because anyone will tell you coffee shops are the most saturated thing in London. But these man opened a coffee shop in central London and it blew up. They've got multiple chain stores now. They've got huge investment in the business. They've got a coffee roastery company as well. And I think the key thing with it is they had a vision and they had a very clear idea of what they were trying to execute and why that their vision was different to everyone else. And like, if you remember why we would go there, it was just that you felt like you could just be there, chill there, have a great time working. Everyone looked after you. The environment was super conducive. And I felt like that value really became so attractive. I recently saw that they opened a spot now by Green Park. That's a mad spot to be able,
yes.
like Oxford Circus areas. That's like, bro, amazing. So I think those guys are killing it. I love them.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So, question: setting up food businesses overseas, would you do it? Would you not? You've both got links to different countries. You've both operated in different countries and can set up a business. Micky in Ethiopia, Khalid in Morocco. Would you set up a food business in either of those countries? If yes, why? If no, why not?
100%, I'll do it. Like, and it's like literally case story, right? It's like the best arbitrage opportunity, right? Like, if I see something that's popping in London, and Ethiopia is gonna be like 20 years behind for sure. Maybe like Scotland case said is like 15 years, but Ethiopia is probably 50 years behind with some of these things, right? We recently got a KFC in the whole of Ethiopia just now.
Wow.
So of course, it's like, in fact, food probably is like the easiest and the best business to go into with that kind of thing, in my opinion.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, I'm the same. Absolutely open to it. I in fact encourage it. I believe. I love Spain. I love Morocco. I love everywhere in the Mediterranean. There's immense benefits. There's the obviously social aspects of being in a different country and operating in business there. The opportunities that brings, but just the knowledge. You can. I can say, for example, you can open a restaurant here. And you can go to another country and you can open the exact same restaurant with the exact same recipes, the exact same training for your chefs, and the food will taste different. Because the grass-fed cows, the minerals in the water will affect the grass, that will affect the flavor of the beef. All of these tiny little things, the flour is going to be different. Tomatoes are going to give a different flavor. So all of these things will be different. I thought it's amazing education.
Agreed. And also, one point I would add, right? Food is a great business because a lot of the times, right, like not in every case, but with food, you don't have to worry about importing stuff. You could do stuff that exists within that economy in itself. And often, like, if you're trying to do a big business, let's say in Africa, it's really hard to get stuff, right? Like, shipping from Shanghai to Djibouti costs the same as from Djibouti to Addis or Djibouti to Lagos, even though it's like a tenth of the distance.
Yeah.
Right? With food, you can grow stuff there. Of course, you might need to import stuff, but it gives you a quick opportunity to do something. And also food is fast moving. You can buy, sell, and you have cash on hand to be able to grow it and whatnot. You know, you don't have to do like huge investment at one time.
Okay,
And
cool.
the demand isn't going anywhere. That's my favorite.
Everyone needs to eat multiple times a day.
Everyone needs to eat.
Everybody needs to eat.
Everybody
You
needs
know
to
what I'm saying?
eat. Yeah,
We're feeding
no
the
matter
streets
what.
for real.
Hunger don't stop.
Okay, cool. Next question. So, you're living in London right now. You're living in Elgin, Scotland. When you're looking at the restaurant food industry, what is the biggest bag that restaurants are fumbling? AKA, what are in your opinion, what is one of the biggest mistakes that they're making that's making them lose the bag in London and for you in Elgin, Scotland?
Scotland. Not seasoning the chicken properly. No, I'm playing. I would say, to be honest, when it comes to things like that, it's much and such the same wherever you are. I'm guilty of this. I feel like sometimes if your branding or niche in a restaurant is too rigid, then you lack pace when it comes time to adapting. I feel like the best restaurants are ones that can sort of adopt a chameleon persona.
Yeah.
And just adapts to whatever mood is going on at that moment. An ever-changing menu, adaptable chefs. Again, big up Nate. His restaurant's great for that. Weekly specials, check them out. Bad Knocks on the gram, yeah? But proper. So I feel like if you can adapt, if you can improvise, you need to be quick.
Yeah.
You need to be quick. We are lucky because a pizza shop is a staple. There are certain things, fish and chip shop, a pizza shop.
Chicken and chips nowadays.
Like East Asian takeaways, South Asian takeaways, things of that nature. They're very, very established in this country. And I don't see them going away anytime soon.
Yeah. If there's one big mistake that you see restaurants in London making that's making them fumble the bag, what is it?
I feel like I see so many restaurants, right? When they first open, they spend so much money on getting the right place, making it the best it can be, hiring so many staff, right? What do we always say on Blocks to Bag with businesses, small tech companies? Get traction.
Yes, it's all about traction.
Have a minimum viable product, right? Without ever testing out their product in a sustainable, long-term way, people just go invest everything into that business without knowing whether or not the stuff that they're selling is good. And I think that's the biggest mistake,
Major key.
I love that. Another question. Cool. You've got £1,000. You're a budding food entrepreneur. What would you spend that £1,000 on to launch your food business?
You go first.
I'll go straight to a food market, bro.
Yep.
Straight like
Simple.
get a stall at a food market, whether it's making chili sauce, whether it's a type of dish that you can cook, whether it's a different type of food thing that you don't see in other places, right? Just as we talked about arbitrage from London to Scotland, there might be a food market that doesn't have Ethiopian food if you're Ethiopian.
Arbitrage.
Go on.
Man.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say for £1,000, I don't know many people that would turn down the opportunity to make a £3,000. And what I mean by that is build on the back of something that exists. So if someone approached me with a good menu, a good concept, and a good idea, and they had £1,000, we could break a deal. They could access my kitchen, set up a little dark kitchen in the back of my space. We can eat together. All of the materials there, all of the equipment's there. A majority of the ingredients may even be there. So it'll be very easy to set up for under £1,000. I would advise that.
I love that.
Just Eat registration, delivery registration is free, essentially. There's payments, but you pay them later. So yeah, for £1,000, if you got a friend, great. If not, be polite, be confident, walk into an establishment and ask them bluntly, I have £1,000. I want to get the ball rolling. This is my concept. Can I share your space for a brief amount of time?
I love that.
Genius.
And since you talked about dark kitchens, delivery, a bit of tech on that side and innovation in that kind of industry, a couple of weeks ago, I was chatting to BJ and I was like, you know what? If I had to start like a dark kitchen business, aka a business that only serves customers on delivery or Uber Eats or on digital platforms, what would I do? And I actually said I would actually make drinks. I would make alcoholic bubble tea or alcoholic smoothies or very niche, cool alcoholic drinks that I can deliver to people in parks on hot, sunny days and charge them the bag for that. Or I would even do like health juices, sea moss juice, spirulina juice, ginger shots that you can order on delivery. So I'll throw the question to you guys. If you could set up a dark kitchen business that's serving customers, let's say in London, what would you set up?
Do you want to go ahead, Kay?
Well, a great example, actually, if I may.
Yep.
My cousin in East London, you've seen yourself, he has a sweet shop. He was selling American candy and had a lot of spare space in his shop. He's now opened up I don't know if you ever saw the New York bodegas and they were doing things the Aki way.
Yeah, yes, the
So
chops and the
so,
chai.
so he does that in the back of his shop in Bethnal Green Road. Snacks and that in the back is the Bodega London. Hit him up. Amazing food. So yeah, he basically arbitrage. He saw what was popping in New York and thought, why isn't that happening in London? Opened a bodega. He's a dark kitchen in the back of his sweet shop. He's got all of the necessary licensing, all legit, all above board, all okay. Got the green light. He's doing really well. Just Eat, Deliveroo, send that. So again, my idea would be look for something that's popping and jump on the wave.
I love it. I think you got the both of you. I love what you said. I think Seb, with the explanation you gave with what you would want to do,
Yeah,
I would be along those lines where I think, as Kay said, something that's popping, and I'd maybe think vegan, vegetarian food is the area I would go into.
Okay.
Just because the margins are high. And it's also popping. It's like a marketable thing. It's like there is it's a growing
Bro,
industry,
you get to charge
right?
the vegan premium, bro.
There you go. But
That's
and the
a whole
margins
nother
on it
bag,
are,
that's a whole nother bag in itself.
there you go. And how low are the margins? It's like,
how low can you go?
there you go. But that's me done. I ain't giving you all my secrets.
And on that note, we're going to end our quick fire episode on restaurants versus takeaways. Everything you need to know about the food industry. Blocks to bags. I'm your boy Seb.
Mickey.
Cali.
Love, we're locking out. See you on the next episode.